Hey, it's him. He's out. A lot happened last night. A lot for me to even process happened last night, honestly. So we got in after school, and you know, about a half hour after sitting, we had a doe come up, and you know, after not being able to shoot anything so far this year, really, I decided I was gonna take her. She ended up dropping my arrow and my string. She ducked the heck out of it. You guys see in the slow-mo that she dropped about probably 2 feet. You could see. So I mean, I think I did shoot a little bit high, but I'm gonna put a little bit of blame on that deer dropping too. So I decided to sit the rest of the night, and we ended up seeing a really nice 8-pointer, a smaller 5-6 pointer. You guys will see now, and then a spiky chasing some doe around in the run. So I'm going right back to the same spot. I left all my stuff in the tree. I'm gonna move myself a little bit closer to the edge to where these deer were all running. But that's our plan and goal for the night is that 8-pointer. So stay tuned. We moved about 15 to 20 yards down towards this ridge where all the deer movement ended up last night. That doe that I missed ended up coming right up this trail that I'm moved towards now. That big buck walked on it, as well as a few smaller buck and doe last night. So we moved right up on it. We have about an 18 to 19 yard shot right to that road that they were using. You know, yesterday it was really tough to try and find roads because all these fresh leaves covered everything up. I hoped that I could just come in yesterday and find me a nice trail to set up right on, but that wasn't the case. I couldn't. So it's about 4 o'clock now. I've been sitting up here for about 15 minutes, all set up and everything. Once again, bear legit, interlock carnage. So we got a good night ahead of us, same conditions. It said east wind, but right now it's feeling like a south wind, which isn't horrendous for this set, but it's not good. An east wind is absolutely perfect. But we also have our heated hunts, heat dispenser out with a little bit of Dotella, and we're gonna try and hopefully float some scent down, grunt one in the night or something, just get a nice deer within bow range. So pretty much everything's in play tonight, but we got a good night ahead of us, so I'm real excited. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to November. Today's November 2nd. I hunted the morning of November 1st, and I didn't see a deer. Saw a pile of turkeys. Couldn't make anything out on them, with it being the opening day of the fall turkey season as well. But this morning, November 2nd, I saw a good pile of deer. We saw 9. One shooter buck that you guys will see here that I saw 3 or 4 nights ago. Saw a spiky chasing around some does, and then just a pile of doe. So we're hunting a really nice ridge top. We're up over from a creek, and there's a lot of oak trees and a lot of acorns still. So we have food and does all in one area, and what more could a buck want? So we're on our way over now. I'll talk to you guys when we get there. So we just pulled up here. I'm gonna grab my Bear Legit, throw on my XOP saddle, and then take a nice little walk back. It's about 2 p.m. now. I believe last night's about 5:30. We just got daylight savings today. So I'm gonna take a nice, easy, slow walk back, put a card back into a camera over one of the big scrapes back here, and then hopefully be bringing home a deer tonight. It's been a long season so far, not killing deer. So tonight we're gonna try to flip that. One tip I give to all saddle hunters, and something that I started this year, knee pads. These things are great and make those all day, longer morning hunts so much easier. Just be able to sit down in your saddle and put your knees up against the tree. It's so much more comfortable. set up in the tree, and this is the same tree that I've been hunting for about the last 3 days now. And we've seen good deer activity out of it, a good amount of turkey activity too. So with them only being in for this week, they're game as well. I think these interlock carnages will do just enough damage on a turkey, just as much as a deer. It is currently 2:24, so we have about 3 hours until the last shooting light. Snuck in here real nice and quietly, didn't spook any deer up to my knowledge. Got squirrels and chipmunks running around everywhere. It's about 57 this morning, or this evening, compared to about 34 this morning. So a little bit of a warmer afternoon, but I think we should have just as much luck as any other night. We're starting to kick off, does are starting to get hot, and I'm excited. Tuesday, November 4th. I just hopped out of school and making our way to the stand now. Last evening, I decided not to hunt because I was redoing some 3D targets that were given to me, and it was a big mistake. At 5 p.m., we had a big 10-pointer that just showed up with double crab claws show up. Here's the picture now. So he was here chasing some does around. But lots of deer in here last night, eating up all these acorns and chasing around. And then as well as right now, it's 3 o'clock. There was deer in here from 1 to 2:30. So I haven't gotten a picture in a little bit. So I hope they mosey off and I can get up in my saddle. But it's gonna be an eventful night. So as I was kind of telling you, there was a couple good deer up in here last night. Now this one, it's a skinnier rack deer, but you can see he's pretty nice. And then, I mean, as you guys just saw, that real nice 10-pointer, I mean, he is a real nice deer, and a deer that I'm more than happy with. I'm not a huge score guy or anything, you know, I just want to kill a respectable deer. So you guys can see there, he's a nice deer. We've seen some good bucks up here. They're definitely on does now. This week is really good and gonna heat up. So I'm stoked. We got a really nice night, a little windy night. And typically it would be a really bad wind for this stand. But these deer are coming from everywhere right now, so I can't really have a set wind. The first couple nights the deer came from my east, so we had east winds those nights and they were perfect. But now we have a west wind tonight, real strong, but all these deer are coming from every which way, so I don't know if it matters too much. But I'm stoked to be out here tonight, so stay tuned in. Wednesday, November 5th, right back out in the same stand that we've been grinding it out in. We had yet again another nice 8-pointer show up this morning. So the deer are here. There's about 10 other deer with it. So lots of doe, a spike, and then that 8-pointer. And I believe it's the one that I've been seeing. There goes deer right there, actually. Oh, it's a big buck too. Oh, it's a big buck. Oh, it's a really big buck. Oh, man. Oh my God, dude. Alright, well, there's that, I guess. We just kicked out a really big deer. Damn it. Sitting down right behind my stand. Can't do much about that. Well, we're gonna keep on sneaking down in here. Get up in this stand. So as you guys just saw there on my walk-in, I saw a brown flash run behind the pines, and it ended up being a really nice buck. He looked pretty wide and tall. He was with a doe, but they were bedded about 50 yards right back behind my stand, and they went the way of my car. So I'm not really sure what they're gonna end up doing tonight, but we had a lot of deer on camera in here this morning, so I'm hoping we have at least a doe come through that I can get a good shot at. I really just want to let one of these interlocks eat and shoot my first deer with my new bear. So we got a couple hours yet, but we're we're gonna rock it out. I don't have too much hope after jumping him up, but you never know what's hunting. That deer might come right through on that doe's tail. Anything can happen here. So we got overcast with strong winds tonight. It's gonna be tough to hear, but the grunt tube's gonna sound good. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What direction did he shoot at? Or which direction did he run?
He's down in the swamp. He went down over the hill.
Towards my tree?
No, okay. I'm down, you know where my stand was?
Yeah, or is your back to like...
I'm almost all the way down on the ridge.
Oh, okay.
And
so you're not in the spot where...
No, I'm way down. We're way down. He was probably 15 yards honestly. I mean, he went down through trees and just went right down in the swamp. And I mean, I don't know. Definitely back, but there's good blood, so I have hope.
Yeah, I would check out the blood trail slightly. Maybe take a peek down over, because he's not going to be right down over there if he's still alive.
Yeah, you're probably
like
right.
If he's not dead, he's going to be at least, at this point, 300 yards away before he stops.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I can see the blood from my tree. That's a pile. God damn it.
I would say go down, maybe walk 100 yards on the trail.
I'm not even going to walk 100. I'm just going to walk right to the ridge and just look down in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you just saw there, I had a really good 8-pointer come into about 20 yards there. It was definitely back. I pulled it. Right as I went to release, I pulled it, and it wasn't good. I shot it on my weak side back behind me. I saw him coming behind me, so I did a quick spin around and got him about 20 yards. I stopped him. I was at draw. I stopped him, and I pushed it right as I was releasing. I'm definitely back, but immediate blood came out. Like it looked like good blood. A bunch of blood started pumping. So I'm praying to the Lord that I hit an artery. Mule kicked, ran tail down, and I can see a big pile of blood right from where I hit him at. So I'm really hoping that I hit an artery. Oh my Lord, he came out of nowhere, and I mean that's pretty much that. So I'm gonna hop down here in a couple minutes, take a look at this blood, see what it's like, and then maybe go look over the ridge where he ran, and maybe I'll see him laying there. I don't know. Oh man, I'm fired up, but at the same time I'm a little nervous. But we're gonna give it a little bit of time here and go check some blood. All right, so I just took a little walk over. Blood everywhere, and I'm gonna tell you, I know this is gonna sound like a market put on, but truthfully, I made a really bad shot, and I know I did. I pulled it, but this Innerloc Carnage did its work. So I hit this deer standing right here. Just blood everywhere, right after the first pump. All the way down here. He's bleeding. All the way down on the tree. He's bleeding like crazy the whole way down. I mean, I'm praying that I clipped an artery. Alright guys, so from the looks of it, that deer looks smack. I think I drilled an artery. There's an insane amount of blood. I tracked it about 60 yards, and there's just blood everywhere. It's all up the trees, it's everywhere on the ground. But I'm gonna make the decision to back out now. Give it about 45 minutes. And just, take my time. Walk out here to my car. I have a pretty good walk, so I'm gonna take a nice walk out. And then, get my bag off and everything. and then slowly come back in and just peek over the hill to look and see. I'm praying we have this deer put down. All right, so here's a little predicament. I believe I hit this buck in an artery up below its spine, and I'm praying that's what happened. You know, like I said 100 times, I didn't make a very good shot on him. I pulled it right on release, but you know, stuff happens. Stuff happens. But after looking at the blood, there's piles of it everywhere. So I shot him about a half hour, 40 minutes ago. So I just walked out, got my car, put on a lighter hoodie. I'm gonna grab my backpack and my bow and then take a nice slow walk down. I have a camera right up on the crest of the hill where I'm hoping that he's laying at. So I'm gonna go down, check the camera, give myself a couple minutes to that. But then we're gonna peek up to the edge of the hill and hopefully find a buck laying there. All right, so I'm on the phone talking to Peyton, and I just bounced up over this hill with real good blood still, and I can see my Luminoc. I'm praying there's a good deer at the bottom of this, but we're about 100 yards away right now. I just want to get my binos out and take a look. I don't think my... Hang on. Found my arrow here. You guys can see there's blood up the whole thing. There's some bubbles in there all the way up to the fletchings. Now I know it wasn't buried to the fletchings, but he was spraying pretty good. I think we are gonna have a dead deer right down here somewhere, but just gotta keep taking a slow walk and hopefully find him laying somewhere. All right, so I've been tracking a good ways now. We came down in this swamp and I see eyes laying in front of me at about 20 yards right now. I think I found my deer dead. Pete, it's him. Dude. He's out. Pete, dude, it's actually like a stud.
Really?
Dude, he's stiff. Oh my god, dude, it's a knot. Oh my god. Peyton, it's a big deer.
I feel like I've had pictures of him.
Dude, you might have. I don't know. It's a good deer, dude.
Oh shit.
Dude, it's a good deer. Oh my god. Dude.
I have pictures of him.
Dude, he has like... Dude, that's a good deer. Ladies and gentlemen, there is my 2025 archery buck right there. He's an absolute toad in my book. This is a really good aged deer. His bases are really flattened and rubbed off from rubbing these trees. You can definitely tell he's a mature buck. He's a big bodied deer, really good rack size. I couldn't be more proud of this. My biggest archery buck by far, and I'm just absolutely ecstatic. So, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Innerloc Carnage did its job out of this bear legit beautifully. I don't think I would ever found this deer without that Innerloc Carnage. It put a big old hole in the back there, so thankfully there he is. Let's thank the Lord real quick. Here's my 2025 archery buck with my Innerloc Carnage and my bear legit with my strings from Palmetto Precision Strings. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Unleashed Outdoors. I'm sitting out here kind of thinking with Peyton, recapping of the hunt, and it was definitely a crazy one. I wasn't expecting to put a shot like that on a deer, and never in my life would I have expected that kind of shot to lay down a deer. I got really lucky, thankfully. That's one of the upsides to shooting a very good broadhead with a nice cut on it. We really appreciate all the support out here. Stay tuned in for Peyton's video that'll be coming here soon of his buck. That's going to be a really fun one as well. So Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned in.
I woke up in the dark with your voice in these walls, talking like how we used to.